Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the remainder of October 2020. So I want to thank you guys for all your love and support. Please keep in mind these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully you get some clarity. Also guys, be sure to check out my Patreon. I moved the Venus sign readings to Patreon, as well as some sensual readings for those of you that might be interested. So let's get started here. We have the central issue, heart of the matter, is the Two of Swords. We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. We have the World. We have the Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, Six of Wands, and Temperance. All right, so the overall energy, I feel like you guys are maybe being closed off. I feel like there is some sort of blockage. I don't know if you're blocking communication from someone, if you have your page hidden, or if someone is doing this to you. I feel like maybe there's some sort of heartache in regards to an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or maybe Sagittarius as well. It's possible that someone feels like they've been betrayed, or double-crossed. Now, if someone did not do something intentionally to someone, you might be feeling like you keep meeting people who are like star-crossed lovers, or maybe this recently happened. And star-crossed lovers always have a problem being together. It's like something always keeps them apart. And I do know that in astrology, there are certain placements that can kind of cause that. I do have a placement like that. But it is Venus, if Venus squares Saturn. Conjunction, opposition is different. The square is like, I feel, in my opinion, is the most difficult placement to have, because Venus square Saturn is always like some sort of frustration between Saturn restriction and Venus love or relationships. So it's challenges there. I feel like, they can be overcome. But yeah, you might have a placement like that in your chart where Venus is squaring Saturn, or maybe that's what the person you're dealing with has. Now, it also looks like you guys are getting ready to start a new chapter in your life. I feel like you're going to have closure at some point. So you might be wanting to move on from someone once and for all. Maybe you're like, this is gone as far as it can go. It's time to just start a new chapter in my life. And so it looks like for some of you, this is about letting go and moving on. But also it can go the other way around when someone is doing this to you. Now, it also could be that your relationship okay, but the problem is distance. So maybe you're involved with someone and it's a long distance relationship and it's just difficult at times. It's like you're together and then you guys, it's almost like you guys have to tear apart or rip apart every time. So there's always going to be that separation between the two of you. Okay, so it does look like there's a possibility of you guys going on a trip or traveling, or some of you might even be relocating over the next couple of weeks, or getting maybe already relocated and you're just kind of settling in. I feel like there are some changes coming to your life in regards to your mentality, like certain things that you used to hold on to, certain beliefs. I feel like you are letting go of those ideas and beliefs. So it does look like you might be going through some sort of metamorphosis here, where the things that you used to identify with, you don't identify with these things anymore. You don't relate to certain things anymore. Maybe your views on relationships have somehow come to some sort of complete 360. It's just different now, and it has now changed. I do feel that after something is over, you're going to get your confidence back. I feel like just because you might reach rock bottom. That's not going to stop you from pursuing other goals or a new goal. So I feel like you're becoming very passionate. Some of you, I feel like you're drawn towards people who you can connect with spiritually. That could be a deal breaker for some of you. Like if you guys are not on the same spiritual wavelength, it's like, I've got to let this person go. But it does look like you are moving towards a connection where, you know, there is mutual reception. It's effortless. So also, if you guys are not going to move in another relationship, I feel like by you letting go of this old energy, you are now preparing yourself for what's to come. And I feel like you're going to feel inspired. Like after the worst is over, I just see you picking yourself back up and just being like, okay, now I've got to work on myself. Now I've got to heal. So it does look like you would be kind of working on your emotional health and your spiritual health. So you're trying to get things back in order and back balanced. Those of you that are connected with someone, I feel that, or if maybe you're connected to more than one person, either way, I'm still seeing at least one of these people. It is some sort of telepathic bond that you have with them. I feel like sometimes you might try to cut it off, but you always end up feeling it again. Maybe you experience different things to let you know that you're connected to this person. Sometimes you might have these heart palpitations. Sometimes maybe you just kind of feel some sort of energy around you. So it kind of feels like a spirit is around you, which some of you might literally be intuitive and have spirits following you around. But since we're just focusing on your love life, to me, this is telling me that you can feel their energy. You can feel it when they're thinking about you. You might be able to feel it when they're going through something. Maybe you are dreaming about this person. But it does look like at one point you were like, I'm tired of this connection, especially if this is something that hasn't developed into fruition, and so far it's just been the feeling that you have with this person, and you're connected but nothing's happening. I feel like maybe you're trying to cut that invisible cord, and you're just like, no, I want to disconnect from this person because nothing's happening. And it looks like you do gain your confidence back and start healing, but I still feel like with this here, you're always going to feel that energy. Maybe you're more so learning how to manage it. It's like, okay, well, since we're not together, what do I do with this energy? And this is you transmuting it or finding other ways, productive ways to deal with the situation, to deal with the connection that you're away from. Yeah, so this is further confirming you guys do have some sort of telepathic bond or connection with someone. I'm also getting earth energy, so an earth sign could be involved. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I also feel like someone is going to eventually, like I was talking about that cord cutting, this definitely looks like you trying to perform some sort of ritual and you're trying to cut that cord. Maybe you've gone to someone, or maybe you're doing some sort of meditation. You're trying to do anything that you can to cut that cord. So I feel like this is you doing some sort of ritual, trying to make that happen. But I also feel that whoever you're trying to escape or run away from, you still get manipulated into interacting with this person somehow or communicating with this person. Those of you that are not dealing with anyone whatsoever, I still feel like there's an energy around you and this person's going to try and get your attention, but they're doing it indirectly. So you might not read up on it right off the bat, but this person is trying to get your attention. Someone might be doing a lot of generous things for you. Like, I feel like there is somebody in there, they're coming around, they're like, let me do this for you, let me do that for you, oh, I'll take care of it. Like if someone is being extra nice to you and super generous, I really feel like their intention is just to get to know you, or they're trying to get you to like them or pay attention to them some type of way. So they might be doing the most to reel you in. If this is one of those situations where you, like I said, you keep trying to avoid someone, you should keep trying to escape that energy, something's happening where you're being drawn back. To me, this looks like a fishing rod, and this person is like in the pond, and it's just like reeling somebody back in. It's like, and then it's like they capture you and pull you back in. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if this person is intentionally doing something. For some of you, yes, somebody is intentionally trying to reel you back in by meditating on you or doing some sort of spell work on you. Now, also, sometimes someone isn't doing something like specifically to you. Let's say you are the one that's just like, no, I'm just trying to draw in my soulmate, not this person. And you do your little work and you're like, please send me my soulmate. And you're doing like all these rituals, new moon rituals, or you are taking love baths or burning candles, whatever it is that you do. And you're asking spirit, please universe, please spirits, please send me my true soul. And it's like you end up pulling that same person back in. That's because, unfortunately, that's probably your true soul, or the one that is receptive to your spirit work right now. Because it is possible that maybe the connection is not supposed to be disconnected at this time, and that's why they keep coming back. So everyone's situation is different. Of course, I always feel the need to let people know I'm never telling you to remain in something toxic or to give a toxic person a second chance. It might just be too, from what I've learned from personal experience, when you can't seem to detach from someone, your soul, even though you guys are not together, is still learning something from that connection. It's like you might be finished mentally, but your soul is like, like I'm still feeding off of this energy. It's helping me develop. It's helping me understand something about myself. It's helping me know how to distinguish what I want and what I don't want next time. So, it's something going on where your soul is still connected to that person, because your soul is not ready to let it go. It's just not. But like I said, either it's unfinished business, why your soul won't let that person go, or because it's just in general something that you're needing to learn and understand. Another quick example, I don't know if you guys have ever seen A Beautiful Mind. It's a really good movie about this mathematician who suffered from multiple personality disorder. I know they call it DID now. But, back in the day, this was back in the day. And he didn't know it at the time. And so it took a long time for him to understand that the people that he was interacting with did not exist. So he kind of learned to live with these images because they never went away. He could take his medication, but for the most part, he will always just see these people around him, but he just stopped interacting with them because he knew they weren't real. So I kind of feel like something like that, maybe for some of you, if a connection never goes away, it's kind of like you just have to live with it and just kind of accept it for what it is. Don't be sad about it. Just kind of, I don't know all I can say is don't let it consume you with sadness. Just find a way, like the Temperance is doing, find a way to channel that energy into something else. Maybe you need to write about it, or maybe you need to talk about it with people, because this also does indicate that, you might have some sort of spiritual gifts that can help other people, that can uplift and inspire other people. So maybe these things are happening to you so that you can start to draw people in and help the other people that have gone through something similar. You can help them with those, to resolve their issues, because you're able to talk about what you went through. Now also, really quickly, I do feel like you guys are being watched. Someone is still lurking. He's being very, he or she, but I feel like whoever the masculine energy is, the person who pursues that person, I feel like they're still observing and watching you, taking notes. They're still psychoanalyzing you. And I feel like they are planning some sort of strategy, or they're trying to strategize, you know, what their next move is going to be. Those of you that are also on the internet that do, you know, internet dating, or even not internet dating, because I think that throws people off. If you're on Facebook or you're on Snapchat, Instagram, and you know there's someone that you've been interacting with, maybe not so much Snapchat unless it's just, you know, but mainly like places where you can only see the picture. I feel like through one of those platforms, it's a social media platform, and whoever you're talking to is hiding behind a mask. That profile picture is not them. Even their whole page, I wouldn't be surprised if they were taking images from someone else's page and just filling up their page with that. Some people are very good at that. They've been doing it for years, so the profile might look a little real because you can find old posts. And it's like, oh, well, this post goes back 2 years, so maybe it's real. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I know a couple of people who have fake accounts that they've been building and building for years, so it looks real. But yeah, I feel like even if at close examination, it might be hard to tell someone is very good at creating illusions and fantasies. And so you can get pulled into their realm, their illusion. Now also on a positive note, career-wise, I mean, the personality type of the person that you may be dealing with, career-wise, they might work in computer software engineering. They might, I do feel like somebody knows how to hack. Somebody does know how to, they might be an engineer or someone who creates the programming. So basically just think of Mr. Robot, you know, so somebody might be like a Mr. Robot. Someone also may be a motivational speaker. Someone is also an entrepreneur or runs their own business. Someone might work as a private investigator or spy. Someone might be a policeman, detective. Someone might have a type of career where they do save lives, so like a fireman. Or someone that, I feel like it's more so someone who is active in a community or does things that are more humanitarian-like. Someone also might work in the armed service, but they're multi-talented or deal with a lot of things. So they could be a Marine. So yeah, those are the messages. I'm going to stop there because I could actually go on. But yeah, hopefully those messages resonate, but feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check out my Patreon.